Hi, host Eric here. Host Talking with Famous People. That was super fun. That was a lot of fun. I really enjoy talking to people and meeting new people like that on those GoToMeeting things. So, this 5-minute video is going to be a quiet video. It's just sort of me chatting about feeling okay, feeling pretty good, seeing some repairs to some of the relationships, or one in particular that seems to be undergoing repair, hopefully. I'm trying my best, you know. It was interesting when I was chatting with this person earlier. I found myself saying some things that I hadn't really thought before, or at least not in those words, that when I first made a video that was successful, that people liked, and that started getting comments and likes and stuff, prior to which I hadn't really tried it all, and I wasn't really trying that time, except it just came out right or something. I was sort of trying, or I don't know, it worked. And what I told my friend today on Facebook message was I hadn't realized how hurt and angry I was to have never successfully earned or attained, one way or the other, sufficient engagement. And it's definitely, I like to say attention because people have such a negative connotation with it, and I like to reclaim words like that. But it's engagement, I want to engage a lot with a lot of different people. I loved that conversation. It was great. There's no way I'd rather spend the Friday evening than that. Nothing I'd rather be doing. And it's gratifying. Anyway, like I told my friend, I was like, I didn't realize how hurt and angry I was. And angry at myself, primarily, for being scared my whole life. Hurt at the environment around me for not providing me what it couldn't possibly provide me, which is an audience. You can't expect your friends and family to provide you an audience. You gotta put shit out there, and be okay with putting it out there for reasons other than successfully gaining affirmation, but being okay with it being a seed that maybe someday will. Who knows? To me, that proved to be the necessary act of courage, and it required me sort of putting on blinders and telling myself over and over again that this isn't for an audience. This isn't for an audience. It's okay. It's okay. You're not doing it for that reason. Don't worry about that. You're just putting up videos. Of course, obviously, I always wanted an audience, whether I ever indicated that or not. Whether I thought those videos, whether I intentionally, which I did successfully, intentionally make those videos as non-audience friendly videos. Good job, Eric. Well, it was a good job because I exercised an urge I needed to exercise, an urge to generate something unfettered. Unfettered by the need to do it well, unfettered by the need to do it in a way that other people like, unfettered by the need to talk about subjects that other people want to talk about, unfettered by any restrictions, and yet still public and still available, still potentially getting a few views. I had very low expectations. Eventually I came out with this idea that, well, maybe there's been a lot of different topics that I'll gain traffic with search. The ridiculous thing, the craziest thing about this whole thing is that it never occurred to me that it might be possible to be more successful by trying to make better videos. I just had so little faith in my own agency in that regard that my model was, well, there's no point in trying to make your videos better because then you're having to compete against these other people and be better than them, and that's the kind of shit that kills us, right? So I encourage you to do whatever it is you want to do. Just do that thing, whatever it is. Don't do other things if you can avoid them. Right? Try to get rid of other things so you can do that thing that you want to do. Prioritize it. Give yourself permission to fail. Give yourself permission to make some bad videos that suck. It's totally okay. Give yourself permission to say, you know what, I hate fucking people giving me advice and telling me I might want to do somebody else's idea. Give yourself permission to just be like, yeah, I'm going to do just like what he does and make a bunch of shitload of videos. Free myself. Especially if you're an introverted, extroverted, intuitor, dominant, if you're ENFP, ENTP. I highly, highly recommend it. Remember, we've got shitloads of ideas. They're good ideas. They're valuable to humanity. They're valuable to our fellows, potentially. It may not even be our ideas. But we want to express. We're adding to the total amount of time objects in the world about something that hopefully others will find meaningful or make meaning out of, or regardless, will at least allow us to maybe relax for a second. Get all that shit out of our head. You need to. When you're born and made to ideate all the time, what do you think's gonna happen? Your brain's gonna get all full of shit. You just put it out someplace, or you just go around in circles. And when you do put it out someplace, you'll still repeat yourself. You'll still go in some of the same circles. But at least you have a reference point. At least you have something to help your ass high, you know? You keep track of that shit. INTPs, that's why it solidifies. You gotta keep track of it. If you're keeping track of it, that's why. We don't keep track of anything. We rebuild those models as we need them. As the paths become more familiar, we meaning tag them. You know, like pack it up into a single word. It's a different way to think. TI is a very flexible tool. It doesn't team up with SI like it does for the INTP. SI is weeping in the corner, just trying to pay the bills. So anyway, I have a message in this video. Do what you want. Whatever is that thing you want to do, if you know what it is. If you're like, but that's not practical. That's not serious. That's not being real. Man, fuck that shit. Figure out a way to do what you want to do. Minimize your costs. You know, that's step one, especially if you're still young. Minimize your costs. Try to live at home. For sure, as long as you can. As long as your parents let you live there, live there. I'm encouraging Delilah to stay here until she's 50 years old. I'll be, let's see. She's 18-ish. I'm 44, so you know, I'll be like 75. Something like that. Anyway. I fucking hate math. It's weird. If I switch over into math mode, I can be quick with all that figuring. I can be real quick with it. But I have to switch modes. I'm not in math mode. My brain's not in math mode. It's weird, but it's true. What I'm saying is, if I switch over into math mode, then I go, okay, put those things in there. Like, oh, okay. What are we doing? What am I trying to figure out? Alright, let's go into math mode. What was I trying to figure out anyway? Something plus something. Oh, yeah. What did I say? When Delilah's 50, how old will I be? Okay, well, let's do the mental math. Let's pretend she's 20. That means add 3 years. That makes me 47. So then in 50 years from 20, she'd be 70, and I'd be 97. So then take 2 away from that, and you've got, she'd be 48. No, she'd be 68, and I'd be 95. So, yeah, she's going to live here until she's 68, and I'm 95. So I guess I gotta like use little techniques or something. I don't know. So that's me showing you your way around Eric's meandering mental processes. I hope you enjoyed this tour. I know it was a little dry, and that Eric's mental processes really aren't that interesting. But what I hope you noticed was the stern, stiff brushstrokes and the way that the light interplays with the mood of the paintings. That's a museum tour guide metaphor for you. We went ahead and used that. I thought they'll enjoy this metaphor, and I was wrong, and that happens sometimes. I don't always choose the right metaphor. I should have gone with the penguins. I don't know what I was thinking. Everybody likes penguins. Everybody hates museums. Anyway, thanks for watching Talking with Painted People. I've been host Eric. Catch you next time on the Pow Pow Pow.